You're even wearing an autographed Steve Kinser shirt. That is a boss move, because I do think of him as one of the all-time best drivers ever.
Yeah, obviously, as far as wing sprint car racing goes, he's one of, if not the best.
Lucas Oil Studios, Freak Nation, thank you guys for hanging out. 22 years of doing this thing, rolling on General Tires. And speaking of rolling, Jesse Love, your ARCA Series winner from Springfield, which you saw on MAV TV this afternoon, joining us here in the Freak Nation. And look, Jesse, not a whole lot of ARCA dudes can hop on a freaking plane to go back home, and that's exactly where you are right now. That's pretty special, bud.
Yeah, me and these cats are heading back home right now. We're going back to North Carolina, so I got a really happy plane right now. No better way to end the weekend with a win. So yeah, obviously had a great JBL Toyota Camry today, and happy that we could just dominate the whole race and control the race is the biggest thing.
Jesse Love rolling on those General Tires at Springfield this afternoon on MAV TV. And Jesse, talk about the adjustments that you had to make in 48 hours. And a lot of these drivers going from the tarmac to the dirt. Is it 180 degrees running on tarmac versus dirt for you?
Yeah, a little bit, but I kind of grew up doing that. A little bit of a hybrid, I guess you could say, like growing up running dirt, pavement, road course, kind of everything. Everything except maybe drag racing is about the only thing I didn't do. So, yeah, it was definitely different. But, no, I don't think we put a track bar wrench or a wedge wrench in once today. We didn't really make any changes. It was all just what the driver does with their throttle pedal and their steering input. So at a track like today, when it was constantly changing, it was just up to obviously myself and all the other drivers to make the change kind of between the two nameplates. So yeah, we did a great job at that, not over adjusting up the brakes or doing anything like that, just kind of taking what came with the racetrack, and racing the racetrack was the number one thing today.
So clearly, Jesse, that's exactly where I wanted to go with you. Clearly, there was a lot riding on you with those changing conditions today, but you've got one of the most spectacular teams in all of ARCA racing. So you have that confidence built in when you get in the cockpit on this dirt track, knowing how the conditions are going to change. So how did you mentally get into this race and mentally change through the race as the track conditions changed?
Man, it went from being hooked up, almost wide open for 90% of the lap to, I mean, I'm talking half a car length at the most of a grip strip kind of on the bottom that you're just trying to paint and just try to maintain as much, racetrack or car in that, hooked up moisture as you can. Because if you get out just a little bit, I mean, it was really slick. So it's all about just maintaining and racing the racetrack. And it's hard being the leader. I lost a midget race once to a decent person because I didn't search around at all. And I made sure today to kind of search around a little bit, especially in yellow, figuring out what lines I could and couldn't run just by buzzing the top, buzzing the middle, obviously buzzing the bottom. So the bottom, at a certain point, that was the clear-cut winner. In the beginning, I was able to run the middle, kind of the higher lane. And then at the end of the race, just paint the bottom and do not let the 15 get to the inside of me. This is obviously, Buddy's probably the best dirt driver in the country right now. So you're going up against, somebody really good. And I knew that Buddy was going to be hard to beat. And once I got more technical, we just started to drive away. I think we had probably a 10-second or 12-second lead on third place. So it's all about managing a race and managing a lead like that. And I think that Buddy did a great job. It's just, hard to pass, with the technique that I was using.
I like how you said Buddy is arguably the best dirt track driver now. Can we pan down a little bit to see the T-shirts that you're wearing? Is it the same shirt you had on? Yes, it is. Yeah. Steve Kinser. And check out the autograph. You're even wearing an autographed Steve Kinser shirt. That is a boss move, because I do think of him as one of the all-time best drivers ever.
Yeah, obviously, as far as wing sprint car racing goes, he's one of, if not the best. So I got the shirt for free from, I think it was B-Blaze Vintage, and he sent a bunch of stuff, and I wanted to wear it. So I figured, obviously getting the right mental state for the day, it was either that or I think I had a Danny Smith shirt, too, that I was thinking about wearing. But I figured more people know who Steve Kinser is. But, no, it was obviously a cool choice of shirt today. Just kind of walking in, having a lot of fun at the racetrack, and sometimes having fun is what sets you apart from everybody else.
Yes.
Was that Steve Kinser shirt? Was that under your driving suit? Did you wear that to the victory?
So I almost wore the shirt under my fire suit, but I thought better of it right right before the race. So there's a little bit of sponsor conflicts too with what Steve used to run, and that also played into it. But I figured I'll probably wear it to the racetrack. It'd be cool.
And you keep
Feels
talking
such a
about
good move.
your driver foot. Was it your driver foot, or did your team have some notes to set the car up? Because you controlled the field with every restart.
Yeah, I definitely had the best car today. Me and Buddy Kofoid were by far the best race cars, and VMS brings by far the best dirt cars to these dirt track races. So my car was really good. I loved it. It obviously wasn't handling because the racetrack was so messed up, but compared to everybody else, they can handle like a Cadillac. So man, what a great way to go about it. And obviously a little bit of both. Obviously the car was really good, and Buddy and I both did a good job at keeping the thing, loose and on top of the racetrack and not getting tight. And obviously just driving as hard as we could. That was the only way to do it.
For whatever you do, General Tire delivers.
Jesse Love controlled the Springfield Mile for the win. There was an accident at the end of the race. Do we know what the status of the drivers?
Yeah, I'm not sure about the other driver, but I know that Buddy's all right. Actually, when I got to the front stretch to do my victory lane interview, I got out of the car real quick before everybody got there just to go check on Buddy. Buddy was my hero growing up, running dirt racing in California. He was kind of the man to beat when he was 14 years old. It's hard to believe, but yeah, I never want to see a friend, but also somebody that I really look up to get hurt. So I was definitely a little bit nervous there after the race for a little bit until I saw him, obviously with my own eyes. I've seen him wreck some pretty gnarly stuff in front of me before in the midget, but that was probably the hardest slick I've ever seen anybody take in my life in person.
Jesse Love rolling on those General Tire Springfield Mile. You saw the race on MAV TV. The backstretch from the
Wait, Kenny, real quick, just to follow up on that.
Yep.
According to ARCA, both drivers did walk away, just so we can put a ribbon on that story.
Yep.
Yes.
From the MAV TV perspective, it looked like you guys couldn't see 10 feet in front of you at one time. Was it that gnarly in the car? Was it?
Yeah, so part of managing a race like that is obviously clean air is huge. So trying to do my best to keep Buddy in my wake, in my dirty air. And then down the straightaway, he would try to poke out a line to be able to see. And I would do my best to follow him. Wherever he was going, I was going to go by watching my mirror. My spotter, Lloyd Garner, did a great job as well at letting me know where he was running. So, yeah, when I got behind lap cars at the end there, I had an 8-car length lead. And I had not seen dust all day until those lap cars were there. And I literally could not see the entrance of the corner at all. Like I was just going off of, there were these guys that were on top of their hauler. I mean, obviously drinking a lot of beer, and they were throwing their hands up every time we came by. So I could see them. And whenever time I would kind of see them, then I would lift because I knew that was kind of my entry point. And other than that, you couldn't see anything. It was crazy. And I couldn't imagine what Buddy was seeing. So, that was definitely wicked, but our JBL Toyota Camry was obviously good enough to stay out front, and I was able just to kind of wrap the bottom and like I said, keep them in my wake.
I've got to say those General Tire grabbers had to be pretty damn good in order to get you through this race.
Yeah, they were good. It's always remarkable how much grip we actually have on these dirt track races with how slick it gets. I mean, it's crazy. It always kind of mind boggles me how much actually traction we do have. So hats off to General Tire for obviously bringing a great tire to the racetrack, and never had an issue with them. So my tires were really good after the break. A lot of calls.
Oh.
Sorry about that. Had a phone call go through.
Hey,
You're getting ready to leave real quick. You're hammering that Coke, brother.
Yeah.
Thirsty.
North Carolina.
You got to see everything else I got.
What else you
got? I got a burger. I got a Five Guys burger waiting on me too. Me and my friend Monitor are going to play some Pokemon, or not Pokemon, what's it called? Mario Kart in a bit. 200cc Mario Kart. It's hard to rip. It's hard. So
Is
we're
it
gonna.
true? Is it
Oh,
true that Billy
wow.
Venturini is going to be serving fresh refreshments on this?
Hey, Billy. Oh, hey. He wants to know if you're gonna be serving refreshments on this plane. He has a Mickey right there.
Attaboy. That's greatness. Well, buddy, thanks for taking time out. Be sure to tell your buddy Dustin right next to you. Thank you for logging. Hey, Dustin.
Is that Dustin?
Is that Dustin?
Yeah, that's what says hi.
All right, there you go.
Thanks, Dustin.
Yeah, all right.
Sweet.
Hey, congratulations, buddy.
See y'all. Thank you guys.
The freaks.
Hey, Dad, what are you going to buy at the store today?
I'm out of Lucas Oil fuel treatment, so let's jump in here and grab us some.
Well, do they have the Lucas Oil Parts Cleaner and Degreaser?
I bet they do.
Well, how about the Lucas Oil Power Steering Fluid?
You know, they'll have that too.
Even the Octane Booster?
I won't be surprised if they do.
My favorite red and tacky grease?
Yes, they will, babe.
Dad, when we're done, can we grab some candy?
Deal, but you gotta share.
Awesome! Lucas works.